Welcome back to my 12-part series recapping my life in Japan. In this fourth episode, I'm sharing my experiences from leaving my share house in Tokyo to go volunteering in Okinawa. I took a plane from Haneda to Okinawa to stay at the Santiago Guesthouse in Naha. I was excited but nervous. The very first night in the guest house in Naha, I felt like I had made a big mistake. Why would I leave all my friends behind and pursue something I had never tried before? But I knew that exploring Japan was my main goal this year and that I had to get out of my comfort zone. Volunteering is a unique and enriching experience. Essentially, I worked no more than 20 hours a week doing cleaning and housekeeping. In exchange, I got 2 days off in a row in a week and a bed in a dormitory. This kind of arrangement is a great way to travel on a budget while contributing to the local community and learning new skills. I had so much fun hanging out with my co-volunteers and the staff of the guest house. We go out for food and drinks and sing karaoke. Those nights were filled with laughter, bonding, and creating unforgettable memories. It was really nice to make some new friends because I had to leave my friends in Tokyo behind. Kokusai Street is the main shopping street in Naha. It's lined with shops, restaurants, and markets, offering a taste of both traditional and modern Okinawan culture. I also visited the Shurijo Castle, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but unfortunately the original castle burned down in 2019, but the reconstruction efforts are underway. So even though it's not that much to see, I would still recommend it. I also went driving in Japan for the first time. I'm doing so many scary things. And the thing is, Japan drives on the left side of the road, so yeah. Luckily for me, Marie decided to join me, so I wasn't so scared. To be honest, I could have been driving with no destination in mind because it was so much fun. And the scenery was just beautiful. Our first destination was Sesoko Island, which is known for its stunning beaches and crystal clear waters. Then we went to the tropical garden, which was a lush oasis filled with vibrant plants and flowers. Cape Manzamo is supposed to offer breathtaking views of the ocean and dramatic cliffs, but to be honest, it was kinda underwhelming, so I don't really recommend it. Lastly, we visited the American Village, which was a fun place to visit with its American-style shops, restaurants, and entertainment options, giving it a unique blend of Japanese and American culture. I spent a lot of time exploring Naha on foot. Wandering through the streets, I stumbled upon charming little cafes, quaint shops, and hidden temples. The city has a unique blend of the Japanese and the American, but also the modern and the traditional. So every walk was an adventure. One of my favorite spots was Tsuboya Yashimun Street, known for its beautiful pottery shops and studios. It was fascinating to watch the artisans at work and to learn about the history of Okinawan ceramics. I had so much fun renting a car, so I did it again, this time alone, and I decided to go south, and my very first stop was the Gushikawa Castle Ruins. Close by, we have the Cape Kyan, which is known for its dramatic cliffs and panoramic ocean views. This scenic spot is steeped in history, having been a significant site during the Battle of Okinawa. Tragically, it is also known as a place where many Okinawan civilians and soldiers took their own life during the battle, believing it to be their only escape. The Himeyuri Peace Museum in Okinawa is dedicated to remembering the Himeyuri Students' Corps, a group of high school girls who worked as nurses during the World War II during the Battle of Okinawa. The museum tells their stories through personal items, photos, and their own words, showing the hardships they faced. Most of the sites I visited this road trip was connected to the Battle of Okinawa, which is a little bit depressing but also very interesting. Lastly, to end on a high note, I visited Okinawa World, which is a touristy theme park about Okinawan culture. The park's main attractions are a massive natural cave, a craft village, and a snake museum. With a total length of 5 kilometers, the Kyokusendo cave is the longest of the many caves in the south of Okinawa Island and the second longest cave in the entire country. It was raining pretty heavily, so I didn't stay there for too long, so I just popped into a shopping center on my way back and ended my day. Before I left Okinawa, we had a fantastic farewell party with my co-volunteers and the guest house staff. It was a great way to celebrate our time together, share our favorite memories, and say our goodbyes. With my time in Naha coming to a close, I was ready for my next adventure. I was excited to continue my journey as I headed to Beppu for the next chapter of my volunteering experience. I felt more confident arriving in Beppu after experiencing volunteering in Okinawa for 3 weeks. I was overjoyed to get my very own private room, a welcome change from the capsule room in a shared dormitory. This time my volunteering involved 12 hours of cleaning and housekeeping each week with 3 days off, though not necessarily consecutive. I also got my own private room, as you just saw, and also free laundry. Of my entire year in Japan, this was the most relaxed volunteering experience. Since the volunteers would work separately, I had the freedom to listen to music or podcasts while working. I quickly befriended Masha, a Russian woman who was the only other volunteer. And the first thing we did together was visit the Kijima Kogen Park, which is an amusement park with fun rides and attractions that made for a great day out. At the end of the month, I visited the famous Beppu Hells, a collection of unique hot springs known for their distinct colors and features. It was fascinating to see the different geothermal phenomena and experience the natural beauty of Beppu's hot springs. Lastly, I went hiking up Mount Tsurumi. To get there, you first take a bus from Beppu Center, and then you have the options to either climb the mountain or take the cable car. Mount Tsurumi is 1,375 meters tall and is a majestic peak near Beppu, and it's really easy to hike if you take the cable car. It offers panoramic views of the surrounding landscape and the city below. It is dotted with various statues and shrines dedicated to Shinto and Buddhist deities. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed my time in Okinawa and Beppu. Stay tuned for the next one where I'll continue exploring Beppu and Oita and also welcoming my husband who comes to visit me after 5 months apart.